And think about another thing. When you see people following their passions and desires worse than animals, what's your opinion of that? What do you think yourself? Huh? You know, that's it. You think, look at that person. Has he got no shame? Has she got no shame? But that's you. That's you when you follow your desires. So why not make a judgment of yourself? Think about it. Right? Because you don't respect the people who follow their desires. So that's it. You made a judgment upon yourself. And people are going to judge you like that. Think about that as well. Okay? Don't be deceived by the force and arrogance of those people who follow their desires. Don't be deceived by them. And many people are deceived by them. You just need to turn on MTV. And you literally see the worst scum. I can't say this is what they are. The worst scum. Misogynistic, women-hating, violent, murdering, drug-taking. I'm talking about these rappers. Right? Yet some people look up to them. They're arrogant, proud, and people are taken in by it. But these are people who are calling to killing, to women hating, to treating women. You know what they call women? The names they use for them? What sort of thing is this? They really are the people of the worst possible character. Don't be deceived by that. Don't be deceived by them. Okay? And their arrogance and their force. Okay? And think about that. Compare the safety and the honor and the dignity of following the deen of Islam compared with those people who debase themselves by following their passions and their desires. Which one really do you want to choose, brothers and sisters? Okay? Remember another thing, that when you follow your passions and desires, you are in fact handing control over to shaitan. You are helping hand control over to shaitan. Remember our diagram? Right? What does shaitan, the only thing he has to get you through is your desires. That's it. That's all he's got. And when you follow your desires, when you follow al-hawa, when you follow your passions, you're giving him a bit of control over you. That's the only way that he has to get you. You've given your sworn enemy, the one who is sworn. He swore by Allah's might, I am going to lead the mankind away to the hellfire. I'm going to mislead them with me to the hellfire. This is what he swore. So, do you want to hand this over to shaitan, to your enemy, our sworn enemy? How would you want to do that? And think of his joy when you obey al-hawa. When you follow your passions, when you give into it, he's so happy. He's delighted. Your enemy is delighted at you. Okay? Do you want to make him happy? Are you the one who wants to make shaitan happy? That you gave him power over yourself? Think about that, brothers and sisters. Okay? And what you need to do also is take joy at thinking of the shaitan's anger when you refuse to follow your desires. He's going to be upset. Alhamdulillah. When you don't follow your desires, when you restrain yourself and when you're patient, this is something that aggravates and upsets shaitan. Take pleasure from that. Take joy from that. Alhamdulillah. Why not? But as I said already, shaitan's only way to you is through the gate of al-hawa. So important then that we learn to resist it. Okay? Another quality that we want to think about is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He mentioned in the Quran, Surah 28, Ayah 50, the meaning of which is, and if they answer you not, then know that they are only following their desires. In this respect, Allah divided the people into two types of people. The ones who listen to the Prophet, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and the ones who follow their desires. The ones who don't are the people who follow their desires. So every time you are following your desires, you have associated yourself and you have put yourself in the camp. We have put ourselves in the camp of those people who are disobeying the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. May Allah protect us from that. Okay? Think about this verse, brothers and sisters, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us the meaning of which is, have you seen him who has taken as his God his own desires. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is likening the person who takes and follows their desires like a person who is worshipping an idol. He likens it with idol worship. Okay? And Hassan al-Basri, he said about this, he is the hypocrite, the munafiq. There is nothing that he desires except he follows it. Okay, that's a sign of nifaq, it's a sign of hypocrisy, that whatever you desire, you just do it. Okay? And that is the sort of person who has made their hawa, their desires, like an idol. The other thing, al-hawa leads to destruction. According to the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, a very, very, very valuable hadith. 3 things lead to safety and 3 cause destruction. Those that lead to safety are fearing Allah in secrecy and in the open. Yeah? This leads to safety. You fear Allah when you're in the public, and you fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when you are alone privately. Okay, this leads to safety. The second, uttering the truth at all times. So both at the times of satisfaction and anger. Whatever the situation is, you speak the truth, and nothing comes out of your mouth except the truth. This leads to safety. Okay? And moderation at times of poverty and wealth. What we can see here is that obviously it's easy to speak the truth in times of satisfaction. Right? It's easy to be moderate, okay, in times of poverty, actually. Right? And it's also easy, right, to fear Allah. Usually it's easy to fear Allah when you're in the public, but not so easy when you're alone. Not so easy when you have wealth. Not so easy when you're angry to keep on speaking the truth. How many people do those things? But those are the qualities. If you have them, you develop them, you cultivate them, they lead to safety. And what are the ones that lead to destruction? They are hawa being followed. The first one, al-hawa, desires, passions being followed. Niggardliness means stinginess, not wanting to spend for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, being obeyed. Obeying your tendency to be stingy. And conceitedness, like his pride, arrogance, conceitedness, feeling a lot of yourself and looking down on other people. These are the qualities that lead to destruction. So, meaning, hawa leads to destruction. Think about that. Okay. Each time we overcome al-hawa, it strengthens our heart. Our heart is stronger. Subhanallah, one of these scholars of the past, he said, it's a beautiful saying, the one who conquers his desire is like one who conquers a city by himself. Let's not imagine that controlling and conquering your desires is going to be easy. It's not. It's a battle. It really is a battle. If you can conquer your desires, it's like conquering. It's like taking a city by yourself. Imagine that, right? But what a truly amazing thing. That if you're able to do that, what does it show concerning your strength of character? What does it show concerning your ability to focus and concentrate? Okay? And what is true strength? We all probably, I'm sure, are familiar with the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, is that the one who is really strong is not the one who can wrestle and overcome people, but the truly strong person is the one who controls his anger. Right? It comes back to self-control. Self-control. I'm bringing you back to now to Friday's talk. Those of you who were there, you'll remember we were talking about self-control, how to develop self-control. And you can see why this is so important in the context of what we've been talking about today. Okay? And finally, brothers and sisters, what is the origin of the hatred, enmity, and evil between people? Really think about it. A lot of people complain, oh, the world is such a nasty place. There is so much evil happening. There are so many bad things. But if you look at it and you think about it, you will understand that the origin of this evil, the origin of this enmity, the origin of this hatred is people following their passions and their desires.